What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, January 30th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com, or iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Lego Batman hypes us his own upcoming Lego Batman movie and a new Behind the Bricks featurette that breaks the fourth wall. Will Arnett says, as Lego Batman in the clip released Thursday, obviously after I made the Lego movie a monster hit, $468 million worldwide, not that I'm counting, of course, it seems clear to everyone that the world needed more of me. The toy version of The Dark Knight continues. The Lego Batman movie is a way to get back to my fans with a glimpse into my real life of fighting crime and brooding heroism. Other Lego Batman characters: Robin played by Michael Cera, Alfred played by Ralph Fiennes, Barbara Gordon / Batgirl played by Rosario Dawson, and the Joker played by Zach Galifianakis also make appearances to detail why they are excited for the film. The Joker states, "What I love about this movie is the most is that it finally takes the time to explore my sensitive side. I mean, yes, I'm a master criminal, improv comedy genius, but I'm also a nice guy, and once Batman finally realizes this, I won't be just smiling on the outside, I'll be smiling on the inside too." Directed by Chris McKay, the Lego Batman movie opens in theaters February 10th. The Producers Guild of America honored the contemporary musical La La Land with its Darryl F. Zanuck Award for Outstanding Producer of Theatrical Motion Pictures in Los Angeles Saturday night. The Netflix series Stranger Things earned the Norman Felton Award for Outstanding Producer of Epic Television Drama, and FX's Atlanta won the Danny Thomas Award for Outstanding Producer of Episodic Television Comedy. O.J. Made in America was recognized with the prize for Outstanding Producer of Documentary Theatrical Motion Pictures, and Zootopia scored the award for Outstanding Producer of Animated Theatrical Motion Pictures. Actor Robert De Niro and director Martin Scorsese also presented the David O. Selznick Award for Achievement in Producing Theatrical Motion Pictures to Irvin Winkler during the gala. The Screen Actors Guild will hand out its awards for excellence in film and television acting on Monday night. An Oscar-winning Iranian director whose movie is nominated at the Academy Awards may be barred from entering the country under President Donald Trump's temporary ban on visas for citizens of 7 predominantly Muslim countries. Asghar Farhadi, whose film The Salesman is nominated for Best Foreign Language Film at next month's Oscars, is Iranian. Under the executive order Trump signed this weekend, Iranians are temporarily barred from receiving visas to enter the United States for at least the next 120 days. While it's unclear whether Farhadi will apply for an exemption or whether the government will grant him one, under the terms of the executive order as written, his visa application would be denied. The executive order allows visa seekers to apply for an exemption that is reviewed by a case-by-case basis. Farhadi, who won the 2012 Foreign Film Oscar for Separation, has not commented. His films depict an Iranian couple who lives in an unpenned while moving from one apartment to another in Tehran while acting in a version of Arthur Miller's play The Death of a Salesman. Terahani Atutuse, an Iranian actress who appeared in The Salesman, said prior to Trump's executive order that she would boycott the Academy Awards as a show of protest over Donald Trump's campaign promise to end Muslim immigration. She said on Twitter, "Trump's visa ban for Iranians is racist. Whether this will include a cultural event or not, I won't attend the hashtag Academy Awards 2017 in protest." Motion Picture Academy of America released a statement criticizing Trump's policy and the potential Farhadi would be banned from attending the ceremony, labeling the situation as extremely troubling. They said the Academy celebrates the achievement in the art of filmmaking, which seeks to transcend borders and speak to audiences around the world regardless of national, ethnic, or religious differences. As supporters of filmmakers, the human rights of all people around the globe, we find it extremely troubling that Asghar Farhadi, the director of the Oscar-winning film from Iran, A Separation, along with the cast and crew of this year's Oscar-nominated film The Salesman, could be barred from entering the country because of their religion or country of origin. TBS says Conan O'Brien will travel to Mexico City to tape the new primetime special, Conan Without Borders, made in Mexico. The hour-long special is to air March 1st. The episode will employ an all-Mexican staff, crew, guests, and studio audience, the cable network noted. O'Brien quipped in a statement, "Although I'm eager to make a show in Mexico, if the U.S. government meets my demands for $100 million in tax incentives, I will consider relocating production to Akron." The program marks the Conan's host's sixth international adventure in the past 2 years. He most recently traveled to Berlin. Amazon says the entire first season of its new one-hour series Patriot will be available on February 24th, exclusively on Prime Video in the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Austria. Starring Michael Dermott, Terry O'Quinn, Kurtwood Smith, and Michael Chernus, the drama focuses on the complicated life of intelligence officer John Tavern. The pilot episode is streaming online now for free. Joe Lewis, the head of comedy and drama at Amazon Studios, said in a statement, "As smart, compelling, and contradictory as the world it's portrayed, Steve Conrad's Patriot is an incredible comedic drama about the world of modern intelligence. Told skillfully and artfully, Steve and the incredible cast have made something truly unique, and we can't wait to bring it to customers soon." Love Actually and Annie McPhee star Emma Thompson is set to play Queen Elizabeth I in the Season 2 Christmas special for the period comedy Upstart Crow. Noel Fielding is also to guest star as musician-composer Thomas Morley in one of the new episodes. The comedy, which resumes filming this week, follows the quest of William Shakespeare, played by David Mitchell, to make it as a playwright in London, whilst juggling family life with his loved ones in Stratford-upon-Avon, a BBC press release explains. Written by Ben Elton, the show co-stars Rob Bruce, Gamia Whelan, Tim Downey, Steve Toussaint, Noel Fielding, and Gregory Whitehead. Mitchell said in the statement, "Perhaps the hardest part of being in a new series of Upstart Crow is the challenge of improving on the quote I gave for the press announcement of the first series, a challenge which I have come to the conclusion I'm unequal to." Shane Allen, the BBC controller of comedy commissioning, says, "This is the dream combination of masterful comedy penmanship from Ben Elton, a cast littered with well-loved comedy actors, both old and new, who lampoon the life and work of this cultural giant we were all taught to revere in school. It's British comedy at its finest." Chris Sussman, the head of comedy for BBC Studios, says, "It's great to welcome back our merry band of players, and if David Mitchell manages to learn all the soliloquies Ben's written for him, then he should be instantly knighted." Ralph Macchio is to guest star in the mid-season 6 premiere of the reality show Comic Book Men, AMC, announced Friday. The series follows the knowledgeable and entertaining staff who work at filmmaker Kevin Smith's New Jersey comic book and pop culture memorabilia shop, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. A synopsis for the February 13th episode, Karate Customer, promises Macchio will visit the store looking for a rare playset inspired by his classic 1984 movie The Karate Kid. Former Game of Thrones actor Will Tudor has been cast in Freeform's ongoing supernatural series Shadowhunters. Announced on Twitter Thursday with a video featuring Tudor, the actor joins the series inspired by the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare as signature character Sebastian Verlac. Tudor mentioned in the clip, "The scripts are looking brilliant, and I'm so excited to see what you guys think of it." Showrunner Todd Slavin says of Tudor's portraying Sebastian in an interview with TV Line, "He's so good in this part." He says when he taped, he had an American accent, which was really interesting. But we saw him on Game of Thrones and Humans, then looked at our take on the character. We were like, "Oh, you're from London. You're from the London Institute. You use your British accent, and it works so well." Tudor is set to make his debut starting in the latter half of its ongoing second season. Shadowhunters will follow the adventures of Shadowhunter Clary Frey, played by Catherine McNamara, as she discovers her heritage as a human angel hybrid who hunts demons. And it airs Mondays at 8 p.m. on Freeform. Paula Patton has been granted a restraining order against Robin Thicke after accusing the singer of domestic abuse as the former couple battle for custody of their 6-year-old son Julian. In court documents obtained by People magazine, a Los Angeles judge ordered Wednesday that Thicke should stay at least 100 yards from Patton, Julian, and her mother Joyce Patton. Her attorney Larry Beckman wrote in the filing, "Patton is in reasonable apprehension of imminent serious bodily injury to herself and the child." The documents accuse Thicke of physically assaulting the actress, infidelity, and having a drug and alcohol addiction. Patton and her claims detailed a number of abusive incidents during their marriage, including a recent episode in which she said Thicke banged on the door of her mother's house demanding that he see Julian after the child was upset about leaving with his father. Police were then called to the scene, at which time Thicke left. Patton further detailed her worry about Thicke's behavior, with her son noting, "Giving Robin's history of hitting me with a closed fist, pushing me onto the ground and kicking me, I had no doubt he was capable of hitting Julian, particularly after having used cocaine, alcohol, or whatever substances which he is presently involved." Thicke's lawyer, Angela Pierce D. Donato, responded to the allegations in a statement to People magazine, noting, "Paula never reported any domestic violence until she was in a position of contempt by violating the custody orders. DCFS asked both Paula and Robin to drug test. Robin agreed and submitted to his test, but Paula refused to test. Infidelity has nothing to do with custody. She is attempting to throw anything at him to hurt him, but Robin's focus is their son." Thicke delivered to the court his own version of what happened when he attempted to pick up Julian from Patton's mother's house, saying that she would not allow their son to go with him despite Julian willing to leave and it being a scheduled visitation time. Additionally, in court documents previously obtained by Us Weekly, Patton has further accused Thicke of abusing Julian, stating that the child's school had contacted child services after Julian told the principal and the school's mediator that his father had hurt him. Thicke denied any wrongdoing, saying, "On a very rare occasion, only at last resort, I will use light spanking, but it is consistent with the law, open hand on the butt. This is the type of discipline to which Paula and I agreed during our marriage." She says, "It is my belief that Paula holds residual anger towards me because I and my family would not permit her or her family to attend the funeral of my father on December 20th, 2016. Paula did not have a positive relationship with my father. As such, she was not welcomed at his funeral. It is my belief that Paula only wanted to attend because it would have resulted in additional public exposure for her," pop stars continue. Thicke is now allowed to have supervised visitations with Julian, while Patton will have sole legal and physical custody until the next hearing on February 24th. Patton and Thicke finalized their divorce in March of 2015. They had announced their separation in February 2014 after 20 years together and 9 as a married couple. New Girl star Zooey Deschanel is pregnant with her second child with husband Jacob Penacek, Us Weekly confirmed. The actress, who is also half of the band She and Him, and Penacek are already parents to daughter Elsley Otter, 18 months old. The couple have been together since 2014 and married prior to their daughter's birth in July 2015. The 37-year-old spoke about the unusual name of her first child today. She says, "We just really like the name Elsie, and we both love otters. They're very sweet, and they're also smart. They hold hands when they sleep. There's so many amazing things about otters. They're wonderful animals." Kristen Bell says husband Dax Shepard recently helped her meet her celebrity crush. The 36-year-old actress recalled on Thursday's episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show how Shepard served as her wingman during an encounter with Riz Ahmed at the Golden Globes this month. Bell confessed in the joint interview with Shepard, "I find Indian men irresistible. Dax was my wingman." Shepard recounted, "I saw him first and I thought she might be too shy to go up to him, so I'm going to break the ice. I said to him, 'Hey, my wife has a crush on you. I would love to introduce you to her,' thinking she would be nervous to say that." The actress said, "I walked up and out of my mouth came, 'I find you attractive.'" Shepard said the night of in Rogue One, a Star Wars story actor initially seemed very nervous during the conversation with Bell. Admittingly, they put him in a very awkward position. Shepard joked, "He looked at me. Is this perverse setup? He's going to get jealous and fight for her." Or he was like, "Is this an opportunity for a three-way?" You can see him going back and forth. Bell and Shepard married in 2013 after 6 years of dating and share a 3-year-old daughter Lincoln and 2-year-old daughter Delta. The actress shared a throwback photo Thursday with Shepard laughing at her tears during their wedding. She captioned, #TBT to when I cried at our wedding, and at Dax Shepard thought it was really funny, she captioned. Bell is known for the series Veronica Mars, Heroes, and House of Lies, and presently stars on the NBC comedy The Good Place. She'll appear in Shepard's new film Chips, which opens on March 24th. Expected mom Natalie Portman recently posed for Vanity Fair. The 35-year-old actress appeared on the magazine's new cover with Amy Adams, Lupita Nyong'o, and Emma Stone, and channeled Demi Moore's famous pregnancy photo from the inside spread. Vanity Fair fashion style director Jessica Deal says it was about capturing Natalie at her most radiant. Famed photographer Annie Leibovitz shot Moore for the August 1991 issue of Vanity Fair while the actress was pregnant with her second daughter Scout, and also photographed Portman and the other stars for the new issue. Deal said of the actresses' gowns on the cover, fashion becomes such a big part of their awards strategy and race. At this point, actresses have seen the best things before you ever have. News of Portman's pregnancy broke in September following her appearance at the Venice Film Festival. The actress said on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon in November that she has months to go before welcoming her second child with husband Benjamin Melo. She explained, "It's weird because I'm a small person in general, so you show a lot faster and a lot more when you're small. Everyone knows that I'm about to pop and about to give birth at any moment, and I have months to go." The star said, "I went to this store the other day to buy water, and the guy at the checkout was like, 'Almost, huh?' I was like, 'No, not at all.'" Portman is already mom to 5-year-old son Alf with Millet Pie. She last starred in the Jacqueline Kennedy biopic Jackie and is nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Award for the role. Mishka Barton was hospitalized Thursday after reportedly exhibiting worrisome behavior. The 31-year-old actress was voluntarily transported to the hospital for a psychiatric evaluation after police responded to a disturbance call at her home, according to TMZ. Sources said the neighbors called the police after the star was seen hanging over her backyard fence and rambling about her mom being a witch and the world shattering. She was wearing only a dress, shirt, and tie, and reportedly fell backwards at one point. A West Hollywood sheriff deputy told E! News she was making incoherent statements that made absolutely no sense, and she was transported to the hospital. Barton was previously hospitalized under an involuntary psychiatric hold in 2009 after she threatened to kill herself. The actress later described the incident as a full-on breakdown in an interview for People magazine in October 2013. She told the magazine, "It was terrifying, straight out of Girl, interrupted the story of my life." She also said, "Almost overnight, it was like the switch had been turned on." The star said of her rise to fame, "It was on a train I could not get off of. When you're young, you can do it, but after a while, it's going to come crashing down on you." Barton is best known for playing Marissa Cooper on The O.C. and since appeared in Law & Order Special Victims Unit and Recovery Road. She also competed on Dancing with the Stars Season 22. Two passings to report. Screen icon Sir John Hurt has died in London at the age of 77. The Hollywood Reporter, which confirmed his death on Friday, said Hurt announced in June 2015 that he was battling pancreatic cancer. British actor's credits include the Harry Potter and Hellboy film franchises, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, The Elephant Man, 1984, A Man for All Seasons, Midnight Express, and Alien. Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling said on Twitter, "So very sad to hear about that the immensely talented and deeply beloved John Hurt has died. My thoughts are with his family and friends." Filmmaker Mel Brooks tweeted, "No one could have played the Elephant Man more memorably. He carried that film into cinematic immortality. He will be sorely missed." Sherlock co-star and writer Mark Gatiss wrote, "The crumbling grandeur of John Hurt was always a joy to behold. That voice, those eyes, and almost painfully sensitivity, so many wonders. R.I.P." Kiefer Sutherland offered his condolences. "My deepest sympathies to John Hurt's family, friends, and fans. He was a dear friend." Writer, director, producer Guillermo del Toro said in the Post, "John Hurt was nothing if more movingly human, loyal, loving, and incredibly intelligent and kind. He was family." And Mike Connors, best known for playing the lead role on Mannix, has died at the age of 91. According to his son-in-law, Mike Condon, Connors died Thursday in Tarzana, California, a week after being diagnosed with leukemia. Condon said in a statement to Deadline, "He was a wonderful father, a wonderful husband, a wonderful father-in-law, and a wonderful friend. He was always there for anyone in need." Connors is said to have been surrounded by his family during the time of his death, including his wife, Mary Lou. The actor memorably portrayed brawling Detective Joe Mannix on Mannix for 8 seasons, from 1968 to 1975, earning a Golden Globe in the process. The series, known for always featuring a fist fight, also included a series of muscle cars Connors would drive, and one of the few African-American actresses on television at the time, Gail Fisher, who portrayed Mannix's secretary. Connors also appeared on other television shows such as Tightrope, Today's FBI, Love Boat, Murder, She Wrote, Walker, Texas Ranger, and most recently in 2007 on 2.5 Men. Film credits include roles in Islands in the Sky with John Wayne and The Ten Commandments. Connors is survived by his daughter Dina and granddaughter Cooper. Todd Fisher says a public memorial is planned for March 25th in Los Angeles for his mother, Debbie Reynolds, and sister, Carrie Fisher. The event is to take place at the Freedom Theater at Forest Lawn Cemetery, Hollywood Hills. Beloved actresses were interred at the ceremony earlier this month. Todd Fisher wrote on his website, "We'll be celebrating their lives with friends, family members, and the people who love them, you." The service will begin at 1 p.m. and immediately afterwards, those who want to walk to their final resting place are welcome to do so. Carrie Fisher died at the age of 60 on December 27th, just days after suffering a mid-flight heart attack. Her 84-year-old mother had a stroke while planning her funeral. She died on December 28th. 3 original cast members of the Tony Award-winning musical Hamilton will sing America the Beautiful as part of Super Bowl 51 pregame festivities at the NRG Stadium in Houston, the National Football League and Fox has confirmed. The performance will be televised live on Fox prior to kickoff on February 5th. Renee Elsie Goldberry, Jasmine Cephas Jones, and Philippa Sue will play the Shister Sisters in the Broadway phenomenon. The NFL previously announced Luke Bryan will perform the national anthem, while Lady Gaga will headline the Pepsi Zero Sugar Super Bowl 51 halftime show. 10-time Grammy winner John Legend has joined The Voice as an advisor. The 38-year-old singer will mentor Adam Levine's team on Season 12 of the NBC reality competition, according to E! News. Season 12 will feature Levine, Alicia Keys, Blake Shelton, and Gwen Stefani as coaches and premiere February 27th. Stefani and singer Celine Dion announced Friday on The Today Show that Dion will serve as Stefani's advisor. Stefani says, "To get like the prize right here, everybody's going to be so mad. The other coaches, that I got you." She added, "I'm blown away by Celine's unbelievable story and this unbelievable gift to be able to speak through music to the whole world." Us Weekly reported that country star Luke Bryan will mentor Shelton's team, with DJ Khaled to advise Keys. The mentors appeared during the Battle Rounds portion of the competition. Legend last released the album Darkness and Light in December, which includes the singles Love Me Now and Penthouse Floor. The singer's wife, model Chrissy Teigen, called out a photographer last week for reportedly bombarding her and Legend with racist questions. Stevie Wonder, Tom Petty, and Maroon 5 have been listed as some of the top acts set to perform at the 2017 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. The lineup for the festival, revealed on Friday, featured a variety mix of artists, including Lorde, Kings of Leon, Nas, Alabama Shake, Pitbull, Dave Matthews, and Tim Reynolds, and Wilco. The festival says, started in 1970, Jazz Fest continues to showcase the most important names in music, both locally and nationally. Celebrating 4.5 decades of musical and cultural memories, Jazz Fest stands alone in presenting the highest caliber of artists in such variety genres as gospel, blues, traditional and contemporary jazz, rock, R&B, Cajun, country, zydeco, and more. Jazz Fest 2017 will take place at the New Orleans Fairgrounds Race Course during the weekends of April 28th through April 30th or May 4th through the 7th, and will feature about 500 artists. Other acts include Earth, Wind & Fire, Meghan Trainor, Patti LaBelle, Elle King, and Snoop Dogg. The festival will also include a tribute to the late Buckwheat Zydeco and a special program dedicated to the music of Cuba, featuring nearly a dozen Cuban artists, according to Rolling Stone magazine. Information regarding travel and ticket prices can be found on the festival's website. The television special Staying Alive, a Grammy salute to the music of the Bee Gees, is to tape February 14, 2 days after the 59th annual Grammy Awards ceremony. The star-studded concert will celebrate the 40th anniversary of the landmark soundtrack to the film Saturday Night Fever, says CBS, the Recording Academy, and AEG Airridge Venues. The artists confirmed to perform during the show are Andra Day, Celine Dion, Dance, Nick Jonas, Tori Kelly, John Legend, Demi Lovato, Little Big Town, Pentatonix, and Keith Urban. Additional performers are expected to be announced soon. Bee Gees co-founder Barry Gibb, who released a solo album late last year, will also sing a selection of hits from the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, which won Album of the Year at the 21st Annual Grammy Awards and was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2004. Neil Portnow, the president and chief executive officer of the Recording Academy, said in a statement, "The Bee Gees, Barry, Robin, and Maurice were international musical icons who helped make Saturday Night Fever an emblem of 1970s pop culture. With expert harmonies, undeniable groove, and a personal charisma matching their on-stage persona, the iconic band of brothers defined not just a genre, but a generation. I'm looking forward to celebrating one of the most famous soundtracks ever produced and reliving Saturday Night Fever once again." Ken Eldridge, the executive producer of AEG Eldridge Ventures, says the Bee Gees created many of pop music's most memorable anthems, and to be able to gather some of the music's brightest lights together to salute this great legacy is very exciting to me. Presenting new versions of these great songs promises an evening true highlights, both for the artists themselves and musicians and millions of fans. I'm proud to share a 42-year connection with Barry and his brothers and look forward to helping to create an amazing night of music and memories. Robin Gibb died in 2012 at the age of 62 from complications of colorectal cancer, and Maurice Gibb died from complications of a twisted intestine in 2003 at the age of 53. Louis Tomlinson says there's time yet for a One Direction reunion. The 25-year-old English singer discussed the band's future on Friday's episode of Today before performing his song Just Hold On with Steve Aoki. He told host Matt Lauer and Natalie Morales, there's time for that. Nobody knows when. I think we're enjoying a bit of time to ourselves and exploring our own solo things. Tomlinson and his One Direction bandmates Neil Horan, Liam Payne, and Harry Styles last performed together in December 2015 before going on an indefinite hiatus. Ron insisted in an interview with The Mirror in November that the group will be back. The 23-year-old Irish singer told the publication, "We would be silly not to." He also added, "At the moment, we're all doing our own thing. Everyone is just enjoying how chilled it is. I don't think anyone needs to worry about us. We're fine." One Direction's hiatus follows Zayn Malik's departure from the band in March 2015. Thompson told Sirius XM this month that he and the 24-year-old English singer have reconciled since the split. He says, "I think we've gotten to a point now where you can just be really happy for each other. Things have happened in the past, of course, but we're great now." Thompson and Aoki released Just Hold On in December and have since performed the song on the X Factor UK and on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Aoki said of Today that working with Thompson was a great process. Rock legend Elton John will help bring The Devil Wears Prada to Broadway. The 69-year-old English singer and American playwright Paul Rudnick will write a musical adaptation of the 2006 film for Fox Stage Productions, according to Variety. The musical has reportedly been in the works for a few years and will be produced by Fox Stage Productions, Kevin McCollum, and Rocket Entertainment, the production company helmed by John's husband, David Furnish. John said in a statement, "Reimagining The Devil Wears Prada for the musical theater is super exciting. I'm a huge fan of both the book and feature film and a huge aficionado of the music world. I can't wait to sink my musical teeth into this hunk of popular culture." Bob Cohen of Fox Stage Productions and McCollum added, "To bring The Devil Wears Prada to the stage, we knew we needed to find artists as inimitable as the characters in the story." The pair said, "We needed artists whose work has run the gauntlet from music and publishing to drama and fashion. We can think of only two names, Elton John and Paul Rudnick. That's all." Devil Wears Prada is based on the Lauren Weisenberg novel of the same name, which follows a college graduate, Andrea, as she works for the powerful fashion magazine editor Miranda. The movie starred Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep and earned $326 million at the box office. Cyndi Lauper says Madonna's controversial Women's March speech didn't serve the purpose of the event. The 63-year-old singer responded on Wednesday's episode of Watch What Happens Live to Madonna's remarks about blowing up the White House following Donald Trump's presidential inauguration. Lauper told host Andy Cohen, "I was glad that she went, but I don't think that it served our purpose because anger is not better than clarity and humanity. That is what opened people's minds." She says, "When you want to change people's minds, you have to share your real story. Yelling doesn't. It just jacks people up, but it doesn't communicate any kind of humanity or any kind of story that would open another person's mind." Madonna came under fire last week after giving a profanity-laced speech January 21st at the Women's March on Washington. The 58-year-old singer clarified her comments the next day in a post on Instagram. She asserted, "I'm not a violent person. I do not promote violence, and it's important people hear and understand my speech in its entirety rather than one phrase taken wildly out of context." The star says, "I know that acting out of anger doesn't solve anything, and the only way to change things for the better is to do it with love. It was truly an honor to be part of an audience chanting, 'We choose love.'" President Trump himself called Madonna's comments disgusting in an interview Thursday with Sean Hannity on Fox News. His daughter, Ivanka Trump, shared a video this week of her son Theodore crawling for the first time in the White House. Country legend Willie Nelson has been forced to cancel 2 previously scheduled Vegas performances due to illness. A statement read on Nelson's Facebook page. We regret to inform fans that Saturday, January 28th and Sunday, January 29th performances of Willie Nelson and Family, Vegas on My Mind, has been canceled due to recent illness and will not be rescheduled. The concerts were part of a planned 5-show run at the Venetian Resort. The following performances set for February 1st, 3rd, and 4th are still scheduled to take place. The Country Star's Facebook page notes, with ticket holders for the canceled show told to contact their point of purchase for a refund. Nelson 83 has previously delayed the start of a joint tour with Merle Haggard in October 2015, also citing illness. The horror flick Split is the #1 movie in North America for a second week after earning an additional $26.3 million in receipts, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in at #2 with $18.4 million is A Dog's Purpose, followed by Hidden Figures at #3 with $14 million, Resident Evil The Final Chapter at #4 with $13.9 million, and La La Land at #5 with $12.1 million. Rounding up the top tier are Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage at #6 with $8.3 million, Sing at #7 with $6.2 million, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story at #8 with $5.1 million, Monster Trucks at #9 with $4.1 million, and Gold at #10 with $3.5 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1930, Gene Hackman is born. Gene Hackman, one of Hollywood's most prolific and acclaimed actors for 4 decades, is born on this date in 1930 in San Bernardino, California. At the age of 16, Hackman left home to enlist in the U.S. Marine Corps for a 3-year stint. He then studied journalism and television production at the University of Illinois on the GI Bill before leaving to enroll in acting classes at the Pasadena Playhouse. Hackman landed parts in off-Broadway plays in Summer Stock and an uncredited role as a policeman in the 1961 film Mad Dog Call. In 1964, he made his Broadway debut in Any Wednesday. He landed his first substantive film role that same year in Lilith, starring Warren Beatty. Hackman again played opposite Beatty in Bonnie and Clyde, this time in a supporting role of Buck Barrow, the brother of the infamous Clyde Barrow. He earned an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor for that role and would garner another nod 3 years later for I Never Sang for My Father. In 1971, Hackman delivered a star-making performance as narcotics detective Popeye Doyle in The French Connection, 1971, directed by William Franken. The film was a breakout hit with critics and the box office, winning 5 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor for Hackman. Hackman was one of Hollywood's most visible actors throughout the 70s, appearing in both acclaimed films such as The Conversation in 1974, Night Moves 1975, and Bite the Bullet in 1975, and in The Poseidon Adventure in 1972 and Eureka in 1984. He showed his comedic side to great effect in latter fares such as Young Frankenstein in 1974 and Superman in 1978, in which he played the superhero's nemesis Lex Luthor. He would reprise the role in 2 of the film's sequels. Among the many films Hackman made in the 1980s were Reds in 1981, Hoosiers in 1986, No Way Out in 1987, and Mississippi Burning in 1988, for which he earned a second Oscar nod for Best Actor. Though Hackman initially was hesitant to accept the role of Little Big Bill Daggett in The Unforgiven in 1982, the director Clint Eastwood's take on the Western, the film's twist on the classic genre, eventually won him over. The film was a huge hit, winning 4 Oscars, including Best Supporting Actor for Hackman and Best Director and Best Picture for Eastwood. Over the next decade, Hackman's film roles would characteristically run the gamut from westerns, again in Wyatt Earp in 1994 and The Quick and the Dead in 1995, to the comedic in Get Shorty 1995, The Replacements 2000, and The Roaring Tenenbaums in 2001. And from hardcore actions in Crimson Tide in 1995 and Enemy of the State in 1998 to legal thrillers in the film adaptations of John Grissom's The Firm in 1993 and Runaway Jury in 2003. Though he has not officially retired, Hackman said in the spring of 2008 that he no longer wanted to act in films and would instead concentrate on writing. With a co-author, Daniel Lehan, he has published several novels, including the Civil War-era thriller Escape from Andersonville in 2008. And as your entertainment report for Monday, January 30th, 2017. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode and any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.